Do you need a comfort anime that only takes about 2 hours to get through? Well, I got an anime for you. See you tomorrow at the food court. This anime really has no overarching plot, just fun and some outrageous conversations and jokes between two best friends, Wada and Yamamoto. However, we can break these conversations down into boys, YouTubers, food, and relationships. We get introduced to our two leading ladies by how other people see them. Classmates see Wada as a prim and proper honor student, while Yamamoto is a scary, unapproachable Gyaro. However, these characters are not what they appear. Yamamoto is a very smart girl who loves America, gives solid advice, even if she's worried that it can lead to some tensions. Wada is an absolute crazy who can change conversations at will. She also never wants to share things she loves with others, but will talk about them nonstop. Let's get into the conversations, this time about boys. Now, two high school girls talking about boys seems very normal, but Wada is usually talking about 2D boys. One specifically, the Duke of Abel, the 2D hottie from a gotcha game. Wada's words, not mine. We first find out that Wada hates the Duke of Abel because she is unable to pull him. I understand this completely. I stopped playing My Hero Ultra Rumble because I could not pull Endeavor, the most broken character at the time. However, Wada is able to pull him and does a complete 180. This leads to one of my two favorite scenes that I will talk about. The crane game. Wada is now birch crazy and trying to win the Duke of Abel, even smushing her face against the case, only to fail miserably and get emotionally defeated. Have no fear, Wada. Best friend Yamamoto to the rescue. Yamamoto wins the gotcha game. The gotcha game service comes to an end, and Wada is devastated, and the girls search for a new boy for Wada. This leads us into conversations about YouTubers. Yamamoto is into a conspiracy theory YouTuber and talks about how she just watches this one YouTuber and really likes his content. Wada buys Yamamoto merch for that YouTuber. Remember how Wada doesn't like to share? She had to find a new boy? Well, enter her favorite YouTuber who looks like a 3D version of the Duke of Abel. She goes on a rant on how super chats are dumb because they only do it for the attention of the streamer. Until he is live in chat and Yamamoto convinces her to do a super chat, and Wada gets really upset because he doesn't notice it at first. But as soon as he sees it and mentions it, Wada goes into this ugly happy cry where you have snot and tears running down her face, and then gets teased by Yamamoto. Might as well subscribe here and leave a comment. What type of food court anime would it be if they didn't talk about food? They get in arguments over honey on tomatoes and sugar on stuff that's already sweet, yet unite over putting sugar on an omelet. We get a great spit take from Wada after complaining that she doesn't like spicy foods, so Yamamoto eats most of it, and then Wada tries to finish it off doing a spit take because it was too spicy for her. Finally, they talk about relationships. This is where we learn that Yamamoto lives with her single mom and her brother is a real little stinker. Also, learns the dynamic of Yamamoto being a big sister and Wada the little sister personality. How Wada relies on Yamamoto because she is her only true friend and doesn't want to share her with anyone else. They talk about how they aren't ready for boys and having little disagreements on whether or not they would change if they got a boyfriend. We find out when Wada walks home with the skirt flipper, a boy Wada went to grade school with. She was so excited just to find out she had a girlfriend named Yamada, who is known as generic Wada, that even Yamamoto accidentally mistakes her for. Overall, this is a great fun show that you can watch quick and forget about what's going on for a while. You can enjoy scenes like my favorite one where Yamamoto says how after an event happened, instead of letting out a girl eat, she let out a deep Wada tells her that no one really eeks, only to go eek about 10 seconds later after dropping her water, then denies it and says it was just a fart. You get to enjoy two people enjoying each other's company, because after all, that is something that makes life fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a fun mini-series called See You Tomorrow at the Food Court, and I'll see you next time. Bye!